All right, in other news, families whose bodies of their kin were exhumed from the Shakahola forest are now calling for a release of their DNA profiles of the bodies to facilitate the handing over and subsequent burial of their loved ones.
Well, the affected families have accused the government of going mum on the status of the profiling exercise, leaving them at a crossroads as to whether to abandon the bodies or carry out burial preparations in order to have closure. And as Laura Otieno reports, human rights lobby groups have called for speedy release of the results of the post-mortem examination in order to kickstart the process of serving justice to those affected.
At Mtangani Estate in Malindi, Kilifi County, Agnes Kombe and her granddaughter ponder over their next move. Agnes gave a DNA sample to the government pathologist in May with the hope of getting the remains of her 3 grandchildren whose bodies were reportedly exhumed from the Shakahola forest. However, 4 months later, Agnes, like hundreds of other families, is yet to access the remains of her kin.
Tunauliza, tutapewa milia ya watu wetu au wameshazika? Na kama wamezika basi, si watuambie tuwe tunatoa hiyo kwa roho. Maana roho bado zimejaa uchungu.
Ikaweze kuharakisha upande wa nini wa TNA. TNA tuko na madaktari ndugu wamesoma. Hii kitu si kitu ya kukaa, ingekuwa imekaa kwa muda mrefu. Wangekuwa wamemaliza tayari TNA, wangekuwa wamepeana watu mili wamezika.
Hii majibu itolewe na watu wapewe mili yao na watu waendeleze shughuli nyingine kwa sababu ni kama imefunga watu. Hii si haki.
At the Malindi Sub-County Hospital morgue, the bodies that were exhumed from the Shakahola forest are sealed in this container. Human rights lobby groups have continued to pile pressure for the release of the autopsy results in order to facilitate the charging of the controversial self-proclaimed preacher Paul Mackenzie, who was arrested in May.
Tunaona justice imeanza kuwa delayed na tunashauku kuwa justice itakuwa served to the victims members ambao familia zao ziliangamia kule. So tunaomba mahakama pia na DPP wafanye bidii zaidi.
By the end of July, the government pathologists had conducted an autopsy on 364 bodies exhumed from the Shakahola forest. The exhumation exercise had been suspended in July to allow for the post-mortem examination on the bodies that had so far been taken to the Malindi Sub-County Hospital morgue. Government pathologist Johansen Odwor had in an interview intimated that the results of the autopsies would be released simultaneously as the exercise was part of a criminal investigation. Laura Otieno, Citizen TV.